politicians, and of course, some of the world leaders make sure their voices are heard. Sorry. So tonight, I'm joined by Dr. JB, Dr. Mensah, and we look forward to having other special guests joining us. I'll straight away go to the news desk of Voice of London Television. I'm joined by I'd like to thank all of you, our global and worldwide audiences, those watching me as from the social media handles, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, Spotify, iTunes. We thank you so much. Continue supporting us and supporting the cause. Don't forget to subscribe, okay? And that is how we grow. And also to share, comment, and like. You can also watch us on Voice of London Television, the main channel itself, www.voltv.co.uk. This show is also will be fed to our sister stations, that is Voice of London Radio and Flight TV, etc. The week had been very interesting indeed, and a lot of world leaders speaking at the United Nations. Before I go into the nitty-gritty with the United Nations speeches, I would like to bring to my lovely audiences once again what transpired across the globe. So let me go straight to the news desk and then bring you tidbits from that part of the world. So, world news, we have at least 2 people dead and several injured in shooting at Mormon Church in Michigan. Once again, another shooting incident in the United States of America, and this time at the Mormon Church. I thought these incidents would have been curtailed by now, but it seems that it is happening occasionally now and then. Police says hundreds of people were attending Sunday service when the attacker drove a vehicle into the church and opened fire. Another news headline: Pro-EU party in Moldova takes lead in elections mired by claims of interference. And from the Ukrainian side, Zelensky condemns vile Russian strikes lasting 12 hours. A Russian aerial bombardment that lasted more than 12 hours has killed at least 4 people and injured at least 70 others in Ukraine. President Volodymyr Zelensky said the deaths all occurred in the capital, Kiev, where many of the projectiles were aimed, and the victims included a young girl. Continuing with the news from the World News Desk of Voice of London Television, sanctions reimpose 10 years after landmark nuclear deal with Iran. Sweeping UN economic and military sanctions have been reimposed on Iran 10 years after they were lifted in a landmark international deal over its nuclear program. The new measures took effect as the 3 European partners to the deal, the UK, France, and Germany, activated the so-called snapback mechanism, accusing Iran of continued nuclear escalation and lack of cooperation. Iran suspended inspections of its nuclear facility, a legal obligation under the terms of the 2015 deal, after Israel and the US bombed several of its nuclear sites and military bases in June. That's the story there. That's a powerful one indeed. Interesting story. And then let's look at Asia. At least 40 dead in crash at political rally in India. At least 40 people have died in a crash at a political rally in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu, officials say. Tens of thousands of people had gathered on Saturday at a campaign event for actor-turned politician Vijay in the southern Kure district. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin told reporters that victims included children, at least 17 women and 13 men. A further 51 people are receiving treatment in hospital, he said. Ladies and gentlemen, let me turn my attention to Mother Africa. As we all know, Africa has been in the news of late. From the African desk on Voice of London Television, Zimbabwe is tobacco country, but some think the future lies in blueberries. Zimbabwe is Africa's biggest producer of tobacco, but some farmers believe the country's long-term future could lie in a very different crop, blueberries. Thanks to a breakthrough in trade talks with China, the world's biggest importer of the nutrient-rich fruit, Zimbabwe has taken a major step towards achieving its ambition of becoming Africa's blueberry capital. Tobacco sales surged to a record 1.3 billion last year, helped by the rising number of smokers in China. In contrast, blueberry exports were worth a more modest 30 million, but horticulture specialist Clarence Nwale is undaunted. The future is food, not a bad habit, he speaks in Harare. And for the first time, China has agreed to import Zimbabwe's blueberries and, crucially, has exempted them from tariff in a boost for the Southern African state's struggling economy. Okay, my guests are joining in thick and fast. And as soon as they are able to unmute themselves, I will definitely introduce them. Sorry, I beg your pardon. I'm still on the African news items, and from Nigeria, the record-breaking Nigerian chef ready to take on the world. Nigeria's celebrity chef and double Guinness World Record breaker Hilda Bassi makes no secret about what drives her success. It's my love for money and the good things in life. The 30-year-old says unabashedly, laughing on a call from Lagos, Nigeria. There is nothing bashful about Baki, who has changed the spelling of her last name from the original Basse. She clearly thrives in the limelight, embraces the glamour that comes with being a country's most celebrated foodie. But there are really two Hilda Bassis. She admits that there is Hilda Bassi, the person, which is what her family and partner sees, and then there is Hilda Bassi, the brand, whose image is carefully curated. I'm a businesswoman first, which means that whatever I'm doing, it is important that my business come first, she says. Under My Food by Hilda Food by Hilda name, which has more than 1 million followers on Instagram, along with 3.2 million on a personal account. She runs a well-known restaurant in Lagos, as well as offering cookery classes and a private chef service. That's a very, very powerful, interesting Nigerian woman there, taking Africa by storm and the global world as well. Well done, Hilda. Hilda Baki, Hilda Bassi, well done once again, and kudos to your elbow. Still on the African news desk on Voice of London Television, South Africa thumb Argentina to go top of rugby championship. And then we have the police break up ring trafficking Kenyans to fight for Russia in Ukraine. That's a very interesting story. More than 20 people have been rescued in Kenya from a suspected human trafficking ring that lured them with job offers in Russia but intended to send them to fight in Ukraine, Kenyan police have said. It follows an intelligence-led raid on a residential apartment on the outskirts of the capital, Nairobi, where officers seized recruitment materials, travel documents, and job offer letters. One suspect accused of coordinating the victims' travel to Russia in September and October has been arrested. He was taken to court, which allowed him to be detained for 10 days while the police complete their investigation. Dubai sex trade ring boss held by police. Another big story on Voice of London Television. There is a degrading sex trade ring that exploited vulnerable women in Dubai. Most glamorous neighborhoods has been detained in the United Arab Emirates. Charles Abe Iwezigwa, that's a powerful name, who was identified in a recent investigation as running the network, was filmed telling an undercover reporter he could provide women for a sex party at starting price of $1,000 US, which is 750 pounds. He also said the women could do pretty much everything clients wanted them to do, and said he was a former London bus driver. It is not clear what charges, if any, Westingwa is facing in the UAE, and the country's authorities have not yet made a public announcement about the case. Very sad. And something I don't understand when people want to exploit women. Did they not come from a woman? Did they not have mothers and sisters? Interesting story there. Mass arrests for sextortion and romance scams in sitting operation across Africa. There's an interesting one. Some 260 suspects or 260 suspected cyber scammers have been arrested in a stinged operation carried out across 14 African countries. The operation, co-coordinated by Interpol and funded by the UK, targeted criminal networks using social media and digital platforms to extract money from victims in romance scams. And the so-called sextortion, in which victims are blackmailed using explicit imagery. It doesn't take long before you develop a connection with somebody, and very quickly this trust is shattered. Interpol Director of Cybercrime, Neil Jettin, said. This is an interesting story, still on the African decks. This is your leading Pan-African channel, Voice of London Television. The professor who beat fraud allegations to become Malawi's president again. Powerful story. So, just 5 years after being dramatically unseated by a court ruling, Peter Mutharika, is set to return to power as the president of Malawi. Mutharika, who held the top job from 2014 to 2020, triumphed in last week's general elections, usurping his longtime rival, President Lazarus Chakwera. Mutharika told voters in the campaign trail that life was simply better under him. Malawi was experiencing one of its worst ever economic downtowns since Chakwera took office. But the record of 85-year-old Mutharika has its own blemishes, from corruption allegations to the debacle that ended his first presidency. 85 years, born in 1940 in the Tigray region of Thiolo, he was raised by two teachers and developed a love for education. And so Africa and its test for old presidencies, yes. Let's take the last story, and that story, Angola story, yes. The hungry can't stay silent behind deadly protests in oil-rich Angola. People in parts of the Angolan capital, Luanda, are still afraid to talk openly about what happened in July when protests brought part of the city to a standstill and disturbances rocked other provinces too. What began as a call among taxi drivers to come out against the jump in the price of fuel turned violent over 3 days, with at least 30 people losing their lives and thousands subsequently arrested. Roads were blocked with burning tires, shops were looted, and clashes erupted between demonstrators and police. So that is the story from Angola. These are just the headlines and tidbits from Africa. You are watching Voice of London Television. My name is Nana Osagyeo. Let me go and see if I can welcome my learned colleagues who have just joined me. Yes, Dr. JB, how are you? And welcome to the biggest Pan-African show on earth.
Okay, good evening to you, host, and also good evening to my fellow guests on the platform. It's a great opportunity to meet you and the panelists to share my views and opinions about events happening locally and internationally. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor, and we appreciate you for your selfless service on the platform and channels, and we do really, really admire you. Let me go and welcome our Beautylina, Beautylicious, in the person of Nana Amma. Nana Amma, welcome to the show, and how are you?
I'm fine. No, I hope you're also good.
Well, what can I say? Not too bad, I'll say, by His grace and mercies. How was your day, Nana?
Yes. My day wasn't bad.
Great.
Nana, you're a strong man. No.
Really? Wow.
For real, yeah. I really
For real?
admire you.
Whoa.
I really admire your consistency and
Thank you.
selfless. Yeah, I really admire it.
Oh, thank you so much, Nana. That's why this show is so powerful. Everything is...
Good evening to Mr. JB and all our supportive, loving viewers and listeners.
Yes, yes, including our social media audiences.
Yeah, God bless all of them.
Great. Now, let's turn our attention. We had a couple of news items, which, you know, I guess I could, but, you know, something caught my attention. I'm not going to go deep into the items. I just want to leave it on just the ones that I felt. This 85 years old new president of Malawi. I mean, let me go with Nanama. Nanama, how do you feel? Why can't we get these young men taking over power? And it's always these older men who need to be enjoying their pension and relaxing. Why are they coming into presidency with all the stress and pressure that they've gone through, birth to middle age, older age, and now in terms of relaxing. Rather, they want to come into this hot seat, because to run a presidency or to lead a country is not a small means feat. And so why, Nanama?
Mama, this case, Africa now. This things it really happens in most of the African countries. Our leaders are just selfish, greedy. All they want is for their family, for themselves. See what back also now young person should take charge and on yet. He's not gonna do it because Ojen says can only
It's very, very bad. Very, very bad.
Hmm. I think a law should be implemented. So there should be an age to it. Say you cannot have power in there. Though in Pentagon when they are part is very good because or experience or betting their support. But it shouldn't be say because a pay emergency be being your bones are weak for time no a trim. See the other and say you stay back now the one new experience na tie maybe they are on fresh blood in it. No make my adwuma no.
Well, maybe the old saying that age is only a number, maybe that's what they believe in. So let's see what you can do. Apparently, it's a
It's
season.
never true. You can use your mouth to say age is just a number, but you as a person, you know what you feel in your bones, your
Yeah,
health.
yeah.
While you are going, you can never be like
Yo,
a 20-year-old. Nah, no way.
Doc, JB, JB, you've muted. Yes, JB.
Hello, I'm here.
You,
I'm
you,
here. Can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you now. Your take on that?
Okay. My take on the age of African presidents, just as I said, I think age is just a number. This is the reason I'm saying that. If you compare to other parts of the world, the difference is not all that significant. The US president currently, Trump is, I think it's in the 80s, Putin is in the 70s. Chinese president Xi Jinping is also in his 70s, and most of the leaders across the world of the great nations are also in their 70s and 80s, just like most African leaders. I think the oldest president in the world is in Africa. That's the Cameroon president of Cameroon, Paul Biya. He's over 90 years old. He has been in power for several years, changing the constitution to be in power, and the Western world are quite. France and US are in support of him manipulating elections to be in power because he's not serving the interests of his people. He's serving the interests of France against the interests of the ordinary citizens in the country. So I think the age will not going for young men or old men is not actually going to change Africans' fortune. African fortune is able to diagnose the link between the imperial network that manipulates the financial architecture, the financial infrastructure, industrial architecture, industrial infrastructure that prevents Africans from economically evolving and holding the bull by the horn when it comes to the economic administration and financial administration. That is what will change. For example, let's look at Guinea. What happened recently in Guinea? A young man took over in Guinea. Very happy that you are getting a young man who have taken over the country. Not knowing that that coup d'etat in Guinea was actually staged. And when there was agitation and resistance, there was advocacy for that president to leave power, and there's a possibility that a coup will take place. The France intelligence agency with the CIA, they collaborated and rather initiated the coup d'etat, sending a signal to the population that that are getting a demand who is anti-France and who is coming to solve the interests of the people of Africa. No, that that coup was staged behind closed doors, and he's now in power, though a young man, but he's serving the interests of France. On the other hand, contrary to what happened in Guinea, you have a president in Burkina Faso, Tuareg, young man doing very well and serving the interests of his people, and it's an administration and it's an inspiration to all African and young Africans. The age, I don't think, is actually the key factor, but you have to know the mechanism by which things work, and that's what will change
Yes.
our
I
business.
mean, this is coming from a doctor, and I think, Doc, I know you are an expert when it comes to human anatomy and all that. But on this note, myself and Lady Nana Ama, we are going to oppose those views because we know, and you know, that
What
even
about Biden? Joe Biden of US? How old was he
yeah,
when he became president? Over 80 years. What
yeah,
about Trump? He's over 80 years.
yes,
Putin, yeah, 73 years.
yes.
Xi Jinping, 72 years. It
Yes, but
doesn't
but
actually
but
make it sense.
Gaby, you made those points, and I'm saying that. What about the fact that America or some people are doing that? Doesn't mean that in the case of Putin, for instance, after his KGB stuff and all that, he didn't just come to the presidency today, okay?
Yeah.
And so he's eating to 70s. I think that's not bad. Even somebody 70, maybe we need to set a bar, or but 80s, the person should be resting and relaxing. You understand? We've got. Are you saying that there's not enough young intellectuals like you yourself who can take on the mantle if you have the expertise in that field? I think that if that's the case, and that is your argument, then there shouldn't be any pension age. They should leave everybody to work till they can cross hundreds until they pass away.
No, Eja.
And then they know you're challenging doc pa. Yes.
Challenging,
Anyway,
Sorry, I'm
doc,
coming. My friends,
doc,
hello.
doc, let's move on. Yeah. Let's
Okay.
pressing
Yes.
issues. Yes. But before we do, let's get Nanama to give us a bit of a breakdown from what she gathered over the week. Nana,
Eja.
Pacho, the floor is yours, and the whole global world is listening.
Okay. Into no, and then yeah, meaning some above me, all the way to Kukrantum, police station. The youth went there from the place, simply because they their friend died. So there is this guy, Bright Kenna, popularly known as D-Ball. He was arrested for unlawful entry and stealing and was receiving treatment. So he was arrested, he got sick, he was receiving treatment, but unfortunately he died. And the youth think that he died purposely because maybe the police maltreated him. He died because it's the police fault. They are guilty of his death. So in order to get revenge for him, they decided to go to the police station and barracks. They were pelting them with stones, clubs, and other weapons. They even attempted to set the building ablaze, leaving 2 officers seriously injured. This happened on 21st September. I think last week Sunday, yeah. So for now, Kunkrantung police station has been closed due to this misfortune the youth caused. And I cannot leave this. I cannot leave this one because Ghana has lost a very great star. But what really pains me most is that after losing this man, I've never heard of anybody saying he deserves a state burial. We should do a candle night. I don't understand Ghanaians. Apostle Dr. Kojo Safo, a well-celebrated man of God. Not only that, he knows technology. He's a technological innovator, philanthropist, agriculturalist. Name anything, he's there. He's popularly known as Kantanka, the African star. This man passed away on Thursday, September 11th, 2025. That is when his daughter, Ajua Safo, brought it out that his dad has passed on. The news was just something because it was just some few days I was discussing him with my mom. My mom was like, hey, this man is strong. She prays that the man will live long and then he'll be celebrated. He will not die before. But even after his death, I don't see any celebration. He's not trending. Look at the way Lumba trended. I don't understand. I've been calculating seriously. It's not that I don't know his worth, but I don't understand. I don't know that special thing Lumba did for the states or for Ghana at large, the nation. But look at how he was celebrated, holding a candle night. Look at his 1 week observation. Look at the contributions our leaders went to contribute, all in the name of celebrating Daddy Lumba. But after this man's death, I've never heard of any candle nights. It hurts me so much. I was telling my mom, it's so bad. This is so bad. This man died at 77. He's supposed to be this man when he was leaving. We didn't see any help from the leaders. They were just making his things more expensive because of the tax they imposed on him. And then he's gone. I've never heard of any. I don't know. Meaning say, Bibi say question. I mean, they meant say, yeah. I'm just waiting. Say, message say, oh yeah, candle night, man. Because when we lost Lumba, there was a candle night. The 1 week's celebration wasn't easy. Contributions are. Well, Shanana guy, our former president. Look at the huge sum of money he went to contribute. So yeah, a woman say I check a crab because I'm say 2 weeks clear but man can't want some crab mayare. And the National Anti-Galam say illegal mining operations secretary. I think their short code is 9 months. They have stormed Echuma Mampuano forest in massive swap, which took place on Wednesday, September 17th in the Ashanti region, with support from the Forestry Commission, working with troops from 4th Infantry Battalion of the Ghana Army. The task force swept through Anyanfutu in the Nkwaria Forest District of the Offenso. So they seized excavators in massive crackdown. Yeah, I'm saying it is time the Galamsey we have to put a stop to it. The Galamsey is destroying us. It is just destroying us. When you go to mostly in the Ashanti regions, deformed babies are born every day. Deformed babies are being born. Because of what? Because of the water they consume, the water they use. And then what is destroying this water? This Galamsey. Galamsey is destroying our water bodies, making it so it's so sad. Or to say, sometimes I just reason and I'll be like, why? How did we even get here? Sometimes I don't feel happy being an African. I don't feel happy being an African because I will calculate, my kids, hey, thank God they are working on it. We just pray that Bibia be smooth and very well. Enko say omode to say nana de Mahama be kan wa na omo ye bibia na omani abre. We pray that it works well. Ghana police has also arrested this Mr. David Kojo Fra Afo. This man is popularly known as Second Nkrumah on TikTok, on Facebook. He's known as Second Nkrumah. He did a video saying that our leaders they don't deserve to live. Or no, so say leader be drew her. our politicians, our leaders, they are let's say they are at this spot, he's going to make sure he'll be there and then do something, show them pepe, do something for them, like destroy them. Even if he has the power to kill, he's going to kill, he's going to strike. And so you as a Ghanaian watching, young guy watching, you have to use your sense. Once you have the chance, strike. You can even strike and do something. Na your function is on a so on to me and police was a say, Ghana hapa, utu akoma, or some super say, on papa mumbra. And so he was arrested at his hideout near Kasua Market. So he's currently a prisoner. And then this Mr. Stephen Ken Amwa, the immigration officer that was murdered by his alleged best friend, was laid to rest on last week, Sunday, September 20th, 2025. And it was a sad scene. I watched the videos on YouTube and Instagram. It was so heartbreaking. You see his late wife, I say late wife. You see his wife, the widow, in so much pain and tears. She couldn't hold herself, and then his mother too couldn't. It wasn't easy for them. I just pray that it's our prayer that God will have mercy upon him and then save his soul. May his soul rest in perfect peace. And we pray that may justice prevail. Things like this, it really happens, but there will be no justice. We pray that this time around it really works. Justice must prevail. So
yeah,
there's something small we gathered for our dear listeners and viewers, our social media people. God bless you all.
all right, thank you, our very, very young reporter there, and good to hear you bring us these great headlines and news items. I can see we have Godfrey joining us. Godfrey, hello, and how are you? And welcome to the show, Godfrey.
Yeah, Nana, I'm doing good, and you?
Hey, what kind of English? We did in good. And also, well, is it the slang in Africa or what? We did here.
I said, I'm doing good, and you?
Oh, okay. I thought you said we. Sewala. All right. That's good. I mean, so far as we can get a meaning to it, but I just didn't get it. That's why I was re-asking. Yeah.
Okay. I said I'm doing good, and you?
Oh, okay. Great. By His mercies and grace. And how was your day, Godfrey? How was your day like, Godfrey?
Oh no, man. I was doing one or two things, but when I got the text message, I have to at least
Make sure
rush.
you serve humanity and the Pan-African family. All right.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
because I was last week we couldn't have the show, and yesterday, so I thought maybe today too, but I just realized you sent a text message, so I have to rush and.
okay, that's fine. That's behind the scene. You have to come and tell all of us that. All right. Anyway, so Godfrey, we've heard Nanama break down some few items to us. Earlier on, I managed to bring the world news from our world news desk, including the rest of the Pan-African world and Africa. Another 85 years old man to take over the presidency in Malawi. We were talking about it, and Doc gave his view. Nanama and I were on one side, Doctor was on one side. So that had been discussed. Now, Nanama has given us, do you have anything else you want to add to what Nanama said briefly?
Oh, okay. It looks like she has said it all, but at least let me also come in.
Okay.
President of the Republic.
Yeah.
This week it was at the UN General Assembly. That's the 80th edition, and in fact, his 20, is it 20, 24, 25 speech, people were just talking about it. People believe president speech, he made a bold speech. One of what he said was Ghana is not a playing ground for foreign resource grabbers. And in fact, when we are talking about, I think a lot of people were aware, and president was referring, when you listen to the speech, he was just referring how foreigners are invading our forests, doing this galamsey and other stuff, destroying our environment and our water bodies. So people were hailing the president for this kind of speech. And one, before 2024 election, president was also advocating about resetting the Ghana. And in fact, he was just urging the UN General Assembly to also reset some of their agendas and other stuff. So Nana, this one of the president has been trending this week because of his speech at the 80th US General Assembly. Nana, and Nana, your man was buried this week. Dada Kedi, one of the Ghana's finest high life musician. In fact, the family did. Last week was for the Dotiye of Asante Hima. So after the Dotiye, Dada Kedi was also buried at Agona, and most of these Ghanaian musicians were there. In fact, observing his funerals and other stuff. People has also comment about how good Dada Kedi was, and in fact, Nana, you also love Dada Kedi's music and other stuff. Not only that the Lumba music that you love, but you also like Dada Kedi's music. So he was buried this week.
Why? Sorry for interjecting, but my interjection makes the program unique and dynamic. Why? Was I partying with you in London? That's just a human bit I put in. Go on.
I don't need you to party with me at London because I know you love music like the way I do love music. I'm someone that I love listening, singing rather than watching.
Yeah.
You see, I'm not that good at watching television and that stuff. You see me watching television, it means it's maybe football match or something like that. But I just love singing. I love listening to music a lot. So
when are you coming out with your latest album?
oh, and there's one thing. When I was in school, I used to write music, but now I don't do it again.
You sold it all to Nkradokunu Nimeku.
because now it looks like it takes a lot of time. So
don't worry, we are vying for you to come out in future with your debut album. Yeah. So
maybe when you give me some lines, I can do one or two things there.
No problem. So now you are talking about that Kedi's burial, yeah, and that's something.
Yeah. So now the man has been put to rest. Now, in fact, this the best rest in peace that we can offer to him. In fact, he has paid his dues, and in fact, these people of Ghana love Dada Kedi. So this is one of it. Now there's one thing, because we are doing Pan-African show. Former President John Ajekum Kufuor this week went to media. Is it African media? I've forgotten the name, but what he said was that Africa needs Pan-African media powerhouse to reshape African narratives. Now there are so many negative thoughts about Africa, and he believed that when you go to Europe and other continents, you see they have big media house that they advocate what they have. like when you go to when you go to like something like BBC, Al Jazeera, CNN, and other stuff, you can see they always advocating UK, US, and other stuff. The former president believed as African, you should also have something like that, telling other continents that Africa is the best place to be. And in fact, I was so impressed about former president coming up with this kind of idea, because it looks like other continents always downplay African for, like, when it comes to poverty and development. So I think Nana, these are one or two things. The other stuff that I have to come up this week, the OMCs has also increased fuel because the dollar has started gaining its strength again. It's trading like 13 there. So when you go to the pump, 1 liter is around 13, 13.3. That's per liter. That's fuel, and diesel is trading around 14.
Okay.
So these are the things that people have started complaining. We are just praying that these transport operators don't come up with a new fare, because anytime there's a fuel increment, they start, making this kind of.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. So we hope they don't increase fuel, and also if the fuel decreases, are they going to decrease the fares? We should look at both sides.
As for the fuel has been increased at the pump. That's now it's trading 13.5 per liter. That's petrol. Then diesel is around 14. So it has been increased. But we are just hoping that these transport operators don't also come out with
Okay,
any.
so let me go to Dr. JB. Unless you want to add, you got anything else?
And as time goes on, I'll come in with.
Budget, yeah. You can't. Hey, any of the panelists, this Pan-African platform and channel, Voice of London Television, allows anybody to chip in, but it should be done in a very decorum way, okay, respectful way. Anybody can chip in. We are interjecting, so we are different from the rest. Okay, let's go, Dr. JB. Okay, as Dr. JB unmutes, let's see if Nanama is there. Nana? Okay, Nanama has you unmuted. Dr. JB has you. Okay, Nanama has unmuted. Dr. JB? Yes, 2 months surgery in the hospital and must be drunken. Yes. Don't worry, doctor will come back on. Nanama, I wanted to take your take on the young man that was killed in Ashanti region by insulting Asantini and Ashanti people. What do you make out of that? I'm of the view that that killing was unfair, wasn't necessary. The mother came out to say the guy wasn't well, so the guy has got psychiatric issues, and that the police should have intervened, and then nobody has a right to take the life of another person. And up till now, I don't think anybody has been apprehended. And Nana, I want your view before I go to Godfrey. We hope doctor comes back quick. Yeah. Nanama.
So the guy is dead now.
Yeah, but why should they kill him?
God. Nana, when you hear things like this, and then your heart, like, for insulting Asantehene, so he couldn't get any other punishment rather than killing somebody's child of all the years of investments, pushing investments all these years. You just drain his life just like that because he insulted a king. Asantehene, obi a kingdom no, you surely die and leave it.
Anyway,
I don't have anything to say because he has been already killed. If I say anything now, it's not going anywhere. He has been killed already.
It will go somewhere. It will go somewhere because we would then have to find
forever. Like this is nonsense.
Yeah, but we need to talk
This
about,
this is why Africa we are not going. We are still at where we are. You
yes,
never
so we need to, that's why, Nana, it's imperative we address such issues so that it might not happen again. Godfrey, your take on that? Okay, Godfrey?
Yeah, Nana.
Yeah, your take on the guy that died for insulting Asante. What happened? And what's your take on that?
Are you referring to Mustafa?
Of course.
Nana, thank you very much. I always been saying criticism is always welcome. But when people are doing things, everybody has its own belief and things that works for. So if you don't believe it, just allow for those who believe in to practice. You can criticize, but you can't go ahead and insult people like that. But Nana, for correction, my investigation tells me that the guy is still alive. He's not dead. The guy is still alive.
So you
He's not
mean
dead.
what you are saying is that the
I said my
beating,
investigation.
yes,
People this week, people were just saying he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. But I've listened to is it the mother or the father or some of relatives of the guy saying that the guy is not dead. It's people that who were just alleging that the guy is dead because we are not seeing him or like seeing him talking or something like that. But my investigation, and I hope maybe a time, small time, or as time goes on, I think the guy itself will all get to know that whether he's dead or not. But to insult me, uh, I disagree with that. And one, the guy was the people beat the guy was his own area guys, not even not sometimes people were oh, na Asante 4 and a bono. Even the people who beat the guy, I don't think they are the Asante 4 or the Ashantis, but because he insulted Otunfo, that's how the communication has become. But as I said, me, I find it difficult to insult people, not even those occupying other positions
anyway,
in the
yeah,
country.
so Godfrey,
But what I'm saying is that
yeah, Godfrey, let
my
me interject.
investigation,
Yeah, let me interject. Yes, your investigation is saying one thing, and yet the latest report we had with interview with the mother about his son passing on and all that. We've got all the clips. And my question is that why should somebody be killed if that is the case for insulting Asante? And what is the police doing about that? I think the police should up their game so that things that can escalate tensions or uprising or similar to threats and all that, so the guy could have been apprehended. I don't think anybody has a right to kill anybody. And it is wrong because people are aligning it to the Ashantis because he insulted Asante and he was in the Ashanti as well. So whether it's the area boys or no area boys, I am of the belief that the rule of law in Ghana is weak. The police needs to up their game. No person should have the right to take another person's life. And that is wrong. And so, and when you look at the reason for him losing his life, if that is the case, until something else come up that, because we all saw how he had been beaten mercilessly
Yeah, I didn't know it was the Mustafa you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the Mustafa
No,
guy.
no, it's not confirmed that he's dead though. But still, nah, if this is not the punishment proper, this is infringement now. Mr. Godfred, this is not time to do tribalism or no, it doesn't work like that. Minka said, oh yeah, and it's right. You have no
I'm
right
not
to
doing
use
tribalism. What I'm saying is that
the way
I'm
you're
not
like
doing
is
what I'm
people.
saying is that you have the right to criticize. That's the normal thing that we should do. We can criticize, but to go extend to insult.
By the country, they always insult.
So
Tell,
you
tell,
think you deserve it.
no,
You
Nana,
no,
deserve
I'm
it.
coming.
Nana,
I'm
you are
coming.
Nana,
No, I'm
Nana,
coming.
let me come.
Godfrey,
Nana, let me come.
Godfrey, my question is that part of the world, no, is full of insult. We all know that. It's not a
Exactly.
good thing that we should, admire or encourage. The point is that even the president is. Look at the way people even insult the leaders and the presidents.
Yes, Nana, that's what has
I'm making a point. Godfrey, I'm making a point. So
Uh-huh.
the question here is that nobody has a right to.
No right.
Yeah, because when I heard the mother in an interview about the passing of his son, Mustafa, it was so touching. It was her that said the man or the boy, because it looks like a young man who.
He's a young guy and he has been beaten merciless. If you see his face, but I didn't know he was the one you were talking about. Though it's not confirmed that he's dead though, but he
No,
has changed from his
it's,
look. His
no,
face look.
it's
He
confirmed.
looks.
Nanama
He
is
looks like
confirmed that he's dead by the mother. But Godfrey is saying, yeah, the mother is confirmed by the mother that he's dead. But Godfrey too is saying that something new has come up, that other people too are saying it was.
Yeah, I saw it on the internet that they said he's still alive. So I will not.
That's what
I will
Godfrey
not.
is saying. And then we had an interview where the mother was, appealing to even, I think he wanted to even go to Michelle or something and admitted the son had passed and the son had a mental health issue. And so some of the insults he was insulting Ukraino, it's not of himself. And this is where I think
Nana, can I come in?
Ghana and the rest of Africa need to take mental health and psychiatric issues very seriously. It seems the rule of law doesn't work. You understand? And that's so bad. Yeah, Godfrey.
Nana, you see, when you said the leadership has failed us, I believe because this thing started somewhere. When people has to take on these people, they decided to let it go. That's why now we are discussing this. Because when you go to the European countries, it's hardly you just pick a phone and insult maybe a minister or something like that. You'll be jailed. But here we see it normal. So people, it has encouraged people to do that. Being the guy having a mental issue or nothing, it's neither here nor there. That one is not an excuse for him to.
No. When you say it's not an excuse,
I'm just coming. I just want to make a point. For him, it's not an excuse because they say ignorant of the law is not an excuse.
No.
Like,
we're not talking, Godfrey. We are not talking.
Nana, I'm coming. Nana, I'm
We are
coming.
talking about the Lord. Yeah,
because if people has been taken on this kind of things, I don't think it will get here.
Yeah, but Godfrey, the point we are making.
Yeah, when you see people outside Ghana coming on social media, insulting people, because when it's not affecting you, you see it to be normal. But when it's affecting you, then you start.
Yeah, but Godfrey, that's not the point. You are not the one. I am not the one to be able to judge. You are not the one. We need.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is because
what I'm saying
people have not been taken to jail. People are not sent to court.
It doesn't matter. Godfrey, what we need to sanitize this situation is to get the institution, okay, the various institutions to do their job. The guy did the insulting. If that insulting was too much, that cannot come from a normal person. The best thing is that this guy needed to be detained, and it's only the court of law that can decide anybody's fate, even not the police. The police can arrest somebody. They only have 48 hours to detain somebody. Even it shouldn't be the 48 hours, because the person should be accorded, a lawyer, so that the person can be granted bail, depending on the offense. And what I'm saying to you is that if this is how we are going to behave, then it means that people will say that, oh, when this guy did this, he was caught beaten to death. And it starts from one incident to another, and then Ghana and Africa becomes a mayhem. I'm of the view that the guy should have been arrested and then should be accorded a medical, exactly, a medical examination, and then check if he was sane or not. Because we are
Nana, you are still
a banana republic.
Nana, you are still not getting me. It's after the guy has been beaten. That's when his parents came out and said the guy is what is allegedly. You see, after the guy incident, that's when the mother, whatever, the relative of the guy came in and said the guy is mentally whatever. But my problem is there are so many things that are going on social media. Nana, we are here. You just go to TikTok and see what is going on. The police, the security apparatus are here. They have not, it's only, was it last 2 weeks or so? And a guy was jailed for 6 months. That guy insulted the president of the republic.
So why can't this guy also?
Nana, wait.
He has to be beaten and killed.
I just wish Mr.
Nana, wait, let me finish. The guy insulted the president of the republic. He was jailed because he had insulted the president, and it was very bad. What about those who insult the ministers and other stuff?
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Some of the insults, does it border as a threat within the insults with threats as well? Because some of these things, once you can evoke threats, can then become criminal offense. And so that's why I'm saying that the institutions, like Barack Obama, when he came to Ghana, he said, Africa needs strong institutions. And I think we lack those. And there's no justification for the beating of the guy by the mob. And this also brings to the question of mob justice in Ghana and Africa. This type of mob justice, somebody says, oh, this is a thief, and everybody goes beat him up, kill him. You see, we've got to try and come out of this nonsense and make sure that Africa, can maintain and contain that civility and normality. Nobody has a right to take the law into their own hands. Okay, now let's.
Frankly speaking,
Nana, you wanted to say something. Go on.
I said I wish Mr. Adams is here. I really miss him. Like he would have done this.
Okay. Now, my noble guests, let me just mention some few of our social media viewers and audiences that love the show to the maximum. Goga Feki, thank you so much for watching us. She actually gave us a wave as well. Big Engine, thank you. And then we have Khadija Makisi, beautiful lady, thank you. Then we have Kwame joining. Kwame, thank you so much. We have Triple Star Radio. Yes, Triple Star Radio, wherever you guys are, you're loving the show to the maximum. We have King Priest. Thank you. We have Isaac Tete. Thank you. Technology. Is it what? Tech Knowledge 85. Let's wave him. This guy is always with us. And let me remind all of you, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and also comment, okay, and like, share. And that's how we can grow this Pan-African world family together. Okay, then we can make this Pan-African program one of the best voice for the Pan-African world. Yes, like President John Adjeku Kufuor was advocating. Okay, we have Lady Mesni. Thank you. We have Amwan Ponsa. Thank you. We have Grace Amoa Frey. Thank you. We have Mami Yoyo. Thank you. Anochi Yeboah. Thank you. Josephine Adiak. Thank you. Easy Weber. Rob is no, let me get it. It's Rob Iwasi Weber. Thank you. Doris Adai. Thank you so much. We have Mr. Dusu. Thank you. Tendai. Thank you. We have Salim. Thank you. Kobitu. Angelique. Yes, with the French Angelique. We thank you so much watching us from France. We have Joyce, Lady Joyce, thank you so much. We have Lady Olorunara. Yes, thank you, Nigeria. We thank you so much. Abiola, Nigeria. Princess Abiola, we thank you so much. Lady Kati, we thank you. Kofi Owi, a powerful name. Okay, we thank you. Amicably, thank you. We have Hannah Bossy Hair. I think she deals with hair. So Hannah Bossy Hair, yes, waving at you. Then we have the last boy. We have Fausat. We have Amenu Vivea. We have Juma Watams. You know, it's a global world, so the names are heavy, so bear with me. Look, I cannot mention all your names, but I'll come back to it as the show continues unabated. You are watching Voice of London Television, your leading Pan-African channel, akin to our sister stations, Voice of London Radio, Fly TV and Radio, and many others. Yes, so let's try and then do a roundup because time is fast spent. And in the course of the week, definitely will be coming a bit earlier. So let's look at the I wanted to look at the United Nations speeches, but I guess we don't have the time to go into detail because it's not just President Mahama of Ghana who spoke. We also had Burkina Faso. The Prime Minister of Burkina Faso also spoke. We had the Prime Minister of Barbados, powerful speech, and then we have the Chinese Foreign Minister speaking. So in the course of the week, we'll be discussing all these things, and then we make sure the general public and our worldwide audiences also enjoy this to the maximum. Okay, Phil, thank you. Phil has joined us. Mr. Jenfi, thank you. Rohim Beauty, thank you. The show continues unabated. And so let me ask the final question, then we can say we can continue in the course of the week. Apostle Kwejo Safo passed on. Nanama said the passing on of Apostle Kwejo Safo has been dear to many hearts back in Ghana. It seems his death hasn't received the same, how do I put it? Let me be careful. Hasn't received the same attention that the Lumba received. But this is a man who has done so much for Ghana. Your view on that, Godfrey?
Okay, Nana. I don't know why Nanama was saying that. This week, the family of Apostle Kwejo Safo, African Star, Kantanka, led by the Busuapenyi, former MP for Dome Kwabenya, went to Tumfo to inform him the passing of Apostle. And as I said, the whole of last week, or let me say the whole of this week was the year of Asante Himanso, and the president was also not in the country. Uh, the reason why Nanama is also saying that the public didn't get or the attention or the hype was too low is because the man died like 2 days before the family was coming out to inform the general public. So I think that's the reason. Because
Anyway,
according
the point Nanama was making is the same point I was echoing because I was monitoring his death. I was thinking maybe the leaders or the government, let me put it that way, not the presidency, but the government led by the president would have accorded this man some kind of magnitude of attention, and a promise to get him to have a state burial and all that. You know, we know Lumba is an entertainer.
Nana, it's not that the family has come out. I'm sure they will go to the presidency to inform the president of the republic, because as I said, it took them 2 or 3 days before informing the general public that the man is actually dead. So I think that would be the problem.
But this is the 11th of September. So 2-3 days will take maybe the 12th, 13th, 14th. And what I'm saying is there's no uproar or some kind of like a, you know, when a big person.
It's a big man.
Huh?
It's a big man. But what I'm saying is that if you just thinking about how Lumba was Lumba's issue was got that attention at that time, is that there was nothing, not a year or not anything. But even after
allow Nanama to interject and then come back.
Don't try to defend our leaders and Ghanaians. When Lumba died, it wasn't Lumba died and he started trending instantly. The preparations were ongoing. Then you say in class 16 to be we any penny phone death and still Lumba would have been trending by now. So don't say that and to is nah. Let's call a spade a spade. This is very wrong. This man is not just an ordinary man. What training he has trained.
You are still not getting me, Nanama. When someone died, you keep it like 2 days. How are you going to hype? When Lumba died, that very day, it was announced, and everybody started showing or sending their condolence. But this man died, the family decided to keep it like 2 to 3 days before informing us.
It doesn't change anything.
Nana, wait. At that time, they inform. Listen. The day they inform the general public, a lot of Ghanaians, a lot of institutions, a lot of diplomats were in Kumasi also mourning the Asante Hima. So how can people get to hype it?
Godfrey, we are talking about trending. It doesn't matter.
No, that's what I'm saying. Nana, you are not getting me. Nana, please, let me land. You understand what I'm saying? Let me land. The man died. The family decided to keep it 2-3 days.
So what that trending? What
Nana, wait. The Asante Hima was 4 days. It's in between that 4 days when the family decided to announce
one. But the Asante Hima one is just for the Asante people. But this man,
you are not getting me. I said president was in Kumasi. Other ambassadors was also in Kumasi. A lot of states, a lot of ministers, a lot of.
I get your point.
So I don't going to hype it.
You are missing the point. We are talking about trending. No.
That's what I'm saying. At that time, Asante Hima was trending. So why are you going to trend? Because
that decade was trending. Lumba was still trending, even though even today, I saw something on.
Lumba was trending when our ministers were Lumba trends did stop when the plane crash happened. A lot.
Lumba trended.
Lumba was not trending again.
Oh, it's still trending. Unless you are not following.
Even they decided to have a candle night
No,
at
he's
Kumasi,
so
but because
rich.
of the passing of this eight
All right.
government
Anyway,
officials, we have to put a stop to it.
Yes.
But my problem was, or what I'm saying now is that they just did mention or made the announcement in between when Asante Hima.ye was ongoing.
Yeah,
It
but
means you are not going to trend because people, other countries, and everybody was in Kumasi more than Asante Hima. How are you going to trend when you made this kind of announcement? That's my problem.
Who was in Kumasi? It's not everybody.
And the whole country, not even Ghana. People
Why?
from other countries even came to Kumasi.
Yeah, but
Mali,
let's hear Nanama. Nanama, yeah, you coming.
Abrewa award ni nchina mi ewie na muka akosi
Godfrey, let me hear Nanama. You
I
coming.
don't want to reply you. Apostle Kodos have more than 70 or something.
Let's hear Nanama tomorrow. Yeah, Nanama.
Because of her, we had to close schools, we had to close banks, commercial places. It has to regulate. Because of her, it was closed. It doesn't make sense. And heaven, she's dead and she has lived a life. Yes, you have to celebrate her. But
a life well led. Yeah, a life well led.
The things. When I heard that schools were closed, commercial banks, some banks were closed, I was like,
you see that I don't know your age, but we are just getting it wrong. Because tradition and custom was there before all this things.
Godfrey, it doesn't matter age. She's allowed to speak her mind. What I'm saying to you is that if Asantini is getting the masses from his side, that is fine. But the point we are trying to make is that this man, Asafo, was Kantanka, Africa Star, this is a man who had his own church, okay? Massive audiences. I think that was called Christo Asafo or something. And I vividly remember that he trained or brought up in Commodore, Santo, all these guys, okay? Because I'll be honest with you, I happened to bring Santo in Commodore to London to perform, you know, and so I have a little background on them, and this how great this man was. And then he was into agro and then manufacturing of cars, technology, all those things. The children too are very famous. We are not saying the deaf hasn't been heard, but we are talking in terms of trending. You get it?
Nana, how does news trend? I'm asking, wait, please. How does news trend?
Oh, but I thought we are in the industry. So you answer the question. Unless
yes,
you know what we call. We don't know how news trend. Is that what you are trying to say or what? Because I don't know why you are.
What I'm trying to say is that Apostle Joseph will never trend when Asante.ye is ongoing. This is what you should understand.
Wait. I think you know something. We have to discuss this next week. I'm going to make a note on that.
If Lumba died in between at Asante.ye, Lumba will never trend.
No.
That's what I want you to understand.
Listen,
when people because you are here when Votarians, people from the west, the voter region,
Godfrey, are you telling me the whole Ghana went to Kumasi? Is that what? No.
When you talk about the whole Ghana, how do you refer to the whole Ghana?
Are you saying it?
Nana, listen. When chiefs, ministers of state, chief justice, attorney general, all in Mensia, how are you going to trend?
But Godfrey, I think you are making a fundamental mistake.
Sometimes you people find it difficult to accept certain things.
Godfrey,
I don't get it. sometimes you find it difficult. President himself was at Mencia. Julius Debra was Mencia.
President was in Mencia for how many hours and how many days? Tell me.
Come again.
President was in Mencia for how many days and how many hours?
President was Mencia for how many days? For how many hours? President was at Mencia more than 4 hours. Yes. After that day, you don't know. After that day, President visited the NDC man who died.
Godfrey. Godfrey. Nobody is doubting that Adiato Asante Hineni.
That one, no. That one is not an issue. What I'm trying to say is that.
Wait. Take your time. What I'm trying to say is that Asante is a big figure, okay? And so therefore, he's got many friends. He's also a member of the Freemasonry, the Asante clan. He sits on the Asante clan. Of course, he's popular. And he's lived in London before. So of course, he's got friends. The point I'm trying to make to you is that people will go and pay courtesy. That's fine. Nobody is saying, nobody will go there or he didn't have an audience. No. But there are certain things that we need to know that, yes, people have gone there. Doesn't mean the whole Ghana went there. And number two, the point Nana also raised that why should all the shops be closed for 3 days? How many days? I think it's 3 days or 1 week. Is it 3 days, Godfrey? You are not sure?
I'm not sure. I'm sure.
Okay,
but
so 3 days.
Nana, wait. Let me also. You ask me a question. Let me answer.
No. You come in. And so shops are closed for 3 days and all that. And these are things that we need to discuss next week. I think time is fast spent. And we'll need
Nana, when Queen Elizabeth died, when she died,
yes,
you were in UK. What happened?
Well, I wasn't interested, so I don't know what happened.
You see, why are you not interested? Oh, sometimes you don't.
Let me ask you.
My problem. Sometimes when we are talking, you might talk.
What you don't know. No.
Tradition and custom is before.
No, you are making a mistake.
Any person who doesn't have his own identity, you sometimes get.
You can't compare. Even let's say, let me give you benefit of the doubt. Me, I don't follow the monarchy, and I don't follow because
that's what you believe in. Nana, what you believe in is different from what I believe in. But I'm just telling you that when Queen Elizabeth died,
listen,
something like that didn't happen. Those that we think that they are civilized or their civilization is even far than Ghana. That's what happened.
Godfrey, what I'm saying,
even in Accra here,
compare the Queen of England to Asante, because Asante is a big chief in Ghana and not the president of Ghana, so he doesn't have a kingdom. The Queen of England.
Nana, do you know Asante Man? Asante Man is a nation.
Is what?
It's a nation. Or you don't know?
You don't have no nation. You have no nation. Stop saying that.
Do you know when Asante Man got its independence?
Forget that. Every tribe in Ghana one time was a kingdom. It's not Asante.
Yes.
I'm not talking about a kingdom. I'm talking about a nation.
Asante be a nation in Ghana. It's not a nation. We don't even have a referendum in Ghana. Asante to become a nation.
Even UK monarchy, UK paramount is not even up to 10. UK paramount is not even up to 10. And someone who
you see, you are mixing. You said Ashanti is a nation. Where is the nation of Ashanti? You are only a region.
So don't you know that Ashanti is a nation?
Okay, so where's if you're a nation, okay? If you are a nation, why are you under the constitution of Ghana?
It's because the Ashanti at that time agreed to join that Ghana or the Gold Coast.
Listen. Just forget it. You are miseducating our audiences and misrepresenting.
Sometimes you do certain things. Then
certain things.
You are living in UK. When Queen Elizabeth died,
Forget where I'm reading, where I come from, where I'm saying this is knowledge for our audiences. For we are all.
Yes.
Wait,
So I want my viewers
Asante is
to
not
also
a
know
nation.
that when Queen Elizabeth died, there are so many institutions that were closed, but we are finding it difficult to accept it.
I said, don't compare. As our queen,
Why shouldn't compare? We
because
should compare and contrast.
our queen is the head of.
Right now, let's
Listen,
say if right now we are in Ghana,
is the head of
we are
state
in
of
Ghana.
the whole United Kingdom.
When Gaman said,
Asante Yini, Asante Yini, head of state. Get it in your head.
when they are
Asante
celebrating
head of
Omowo,
state.
when they are celebrating Omowo, shops were closed. What about that one? When they were celebrating Omowo recently, there were shops.
I don't think you get the point we are making. All this nonsense.
It's the kings and our chiefs who own the land.
I'm not favoring the guy on my wall.
Right now, you people are bringing this kind of so-called modernization. Because of this modernization, that's why our environment and our water bodies are being destroyed.
Listen.
No, actually, I'm just telling you, because this
Listen. What I'm saying to you is that
that's why our water bodies and our land is destroyed. In 1935, people were doing galamsey, but there was no water bodies. That was
what I'm saying to you is that the Omowa people, if they are stopping shops in Accra, also don't have any right to do that. It's the same thing. Listen.
The land doesn't belong to politicians. No, the land belongs to the kings.
No.
The land belongs to the kings. People were fighting for land. What
you are talking about. So we are all over the place. So let's leave this topic. We'll talk about it next week. Time is far gone. Asante Yini is not the head of state of Ghana, and that's a fact. Gamanche is not the head
of state of Ghana. Asante Yini is the head of state of Asanteman. And
it's not the head of state of Asanteman. It's a paramount chief. And that's what Bono Hini said. And then you people go angry.
Yeah, you see your line of argument. Bono Hini. Who is Bono Hini?
Bono Hini is somebody, but your Asante Hini is somebody.
Who is Bono Hini?
And who is Asante Hini?
You are talking about Bono Hini.
I'm also asking you a question. At least Bono Hini is also a high court judge. So he's a very learned.
Bono Hini has not said anything. Dana, don't say that. Bono Hini has not said anything.
The point I'm making is that we respect Asante Hini as a
parent. No. What you say right now, Bono Hini
is not head of state. That's the point.
You are referring to Domai Hini.
But Domai Hini position as Asante Hini is the same. It's just that you, the Ashantis, you are too loud. That's
never true.
You are not loud.
It's never true.
On this program, you are loud.
Sometimes these are the things that you have to learn. It's never true.
Learn from who you. Don't come and you are a lecturer.
Give me one evidence.
Is not head of state. He doesn't run any country.
It's because you don't know. If he's not the head of state, he was able to talk, and the whole Asante shops, schools, banks were closed. President cannot even just speak, and shops and schools will close.
So president cannot close a shop. Is that what?
No. President cannot speak.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem. Look, my dad is Ashanti, but when you are talking, this disgusting.
It's not about your dad is Ashanti.
Some of you have made Ashanti thing like.
No. I'm not fighting you. We are believing in tradition. When
don't believe in tradition.
I was there with Netflix. We are believing in tradition. Stop
believing Ashanti. Asante, we all respect him.
No, you forget about Asante. What I'm trying to say is that
he's able to sell his brand.
He has believed in tradition.
That's all.
So when Voltarians are celebrating something that I have to learn, I go there and learn.
Anyway, listen.
Let's
bring our show to a close. Okay, there's nothing you can understand. So let's get. Yeah. What I say? Yeah. Anama.
We love our kingdom. Love you, Mr. Godfrey. More fire.
No, this is not about more fire. You see, Africans, this is one of
Oh,
our
Godfrey,
problems.
we've landed. It's okay. Nanama,
You're
round
in
up for
UK.
us.
You're
What's
in
your
UK.
view?
Shops
Oh, Godfrey.
and banks were
Godfrey, what's
closed
your problem?
because the
I
queen,
thought we are rounding up, so stop talking.
the queen is
Nanama,
the
Nanama,
queen
round
is
up
dead.
for us. Nanama, round
UK
up for
people
us.
close shop, but here when Ga people close shop, it's a problem.
Nanama, can you round up for us, please?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so God, the show is successful. And thanks to everybody, especially to my one and only Mr. Santa Kingdom. Yeah.
It's not about Mr. Santos Kingdom. This
Thank you, Mr.
Godfrey,
Kwame Nkrumah people, this is how they behave. The Kwame Nkrumah people, this is how they behave. Kwame Nkrumah people.
whether Kwame Nkrumah people, let's endure your 30% and with no in parliament. Now, when you speak in parliament, you are
You see where you are
telling
your argument.
I'm Nkrumah is, and I'll not sit down for you to come and insult Kwame Nkrumah on a platform like this.
No.
That's what you are doing. That is not
I
fair.
said this is what they have been doing.
No, it's you. You are the Ashanti people who do disgrace
But the
us.
politics does not help us.
You people that
Does not help
disgrace
us.
some of us Ashanti. Because your behavior there is you don't want to see any reason or sense. Anything about Ashanti is ultimate.
No. Me anything about tradition. When the guys are doing.
Listen, that's not what you were saying. Asantini, you said Asantini is a nation, and he's the head of state of Ashanti. Man, that's what you said.
Yes, now all you don't know. Just read your books, do your research and see.
Thank you for your education.
Nanama is talking. Allow Nanama to finish. Allow Nanama to finish.
You see the name there.
Please, allow Nanama.
Sometimes don't do diabolic and those kind of. It's like this. All these things is because of hatred. The hatred is killing you people. The hatred.
It's your miseducation, your misinformation.
No. This is not about education.
Anyway, Nanama is running up. Allow Nanama courtesy to run up. Nanama.
I wanted to contribute more on regions, country, nation, states. I wanted to, but it's going to take a whole long time. So I really enjoyed the show today. But Mr. Godfrey, it was Mr. Damumbraso. Me, I
hate people who do tribal thing. It's very bad. When you don't believe it, you don't believe it.
Allow her to land. Allow her to land.
It's not involving me.
I mean, Casavier. I don't know who person be a Casa Uchu Susa. Yes, sir. Okay, Nanama.
Yeah, so please let him speak. Let him speak. Allow him. The way he's on fire.
I'm not on fire. I always speak the truth.
Okay, so
Godfrey, Maubin Casavier. Hey. Nanama Casawari. I'm saying, Godfrey, Godfrey, I call you ice water. I know where free screen also. Who can't suggest and pen with their life? Yeah, Nanama.
Good night to our viewers, our followers. We love you all. Like the love is so deep. Thank you for this great opportunity once again. Greetings to all the panelists and even those who weren't able to join us. I hope by next week they'll be able to join us. So good night.
Yes, so to all the social media handles, those of you I couldn't mention your names, I wish to thank you all. We'll be coming on a bit early. Kenneth Nyakun, how you doing? This is Nana Osagyeo here. Wishing you the best, and I hope you are okay wherever you are. Kenneth Nyakun, saluting you to the maximum, also join us. And I know him personally, Kenneth Nyakun. And so, special greetings to you. Listen, we thank you so much. This show could have gone on and on and on and on because the topic being discussed is quite interesting. Yes. And I think we need to find time to define the role of Asantini in the Ghanaian system and constitution so we can all have understanding and then the parameters each person's play and the roles. Yes. And that will help nation building and moving forward. On that note, it's been a pleasant evening, and we thank you all for watching. My name is Nana Osagyeo, and thank you so much. Thank you, Nana Ama. Thank you, Godfrey. Yes, we appreciate you. Bye-bye. Bye. Yes. And doctor is still in surgery. We can see doctor. Doctor Godfrey has spoken. I'm a doctor. Godfrey. What can I say? I'm a doctor. Okay, so we'll try and come a bit early tomorrow. Respect you. Nana.
Oh, I want to hear his voice. Mr. Godfrey, are you there?
What do you want to hear from me?
Yes.
Okay, good night, Mr.
Good night,
Godfrey.
everybody. And bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.